So, I just got done with my training cruise, and and, and my captain, which is Captain Taggart, he ended up dying, getting killed by the Klingons. So now I own his ship, and right now we just got now done with taking care of all of our upgrades and everything, and now we're just heading on to a diplomatic order. So this is the voyages of the Dragon Blood. The Dragon Blood is a Miranda class, and I just got new cruise ships. Now we're just needing to wait for it to load up. On that, on our training cruise we got ambushed by the Klingons, and we got ambushed, and then we had to help a crew and we got attacked by the Borg. They just made an appearance. We had to save the Vega colony from the Borg. As you can tell, this is the Sol system, which is from our home. USS Dragonblood, this is the Earth space dock. You are cleared to warp to sector space. Now we're just warping to sector space, and we'll be heading to Vulcan to take on for the ambassadors. For the ambassador of the Vulcan.
My friend sacrificed so much to secure peace with the Klingons. I bear the responsibility for the consequences to him and his crew. A thought that troubles me to this day. The hope was that this alliance would last forever. It did not. The Klingons have chosen war. The Federation is doing its utmost to protect its borders and the millions of innocents who call this space home. But I fear that this conflict may be our undoing.
Now we're just entering Vulcan. I refitted the Miranda class since I'm the new captain. I changed it around. Tavrills ends up saying, "Captain, we have arrived at the Vulcan system. I took the liberty of contacting the ambassador's aide when we arrived. T'Pala says that the ambassador has certain arrangements that he prefers. When traveling, she would like to go over them with you. Would you like me to put her on the main view screen?"
Greetings. Thank you for agreeing to escort the ambassador to the Gem. Ambassador Sokath is currently attending a ritual to honor the end of the Kalrek holiday. He will be done soon, but the ambassador is hesitant to use transporter technology. His bias is not logical, but I've come to accept it. I believe Sokath would be much more comfortable traveling by shuttlecraft. I have received clearance for you to land near the ambassador's location. I look forward to meeting you in person.
So now we're taking a shuttle to Vulcan because the ambassador doesn't like transporters. I wonder why.
Starfleet shuttlecraft. This is Vulcan Orbital Control. You are cleared to land at the requested coordinates. Welcome to Vulcan. Please enjoy your stay.
Captain Ambassador and his aide are waiting for you at the temple at the top of the rise. You can speak to them there and find out if the ambassador needs anything else from us before we depart for Bajim. Which, since we are Starfleet, we are not going to go straight to the mission. I'm going to be exploring this place like a true Starfleet person. So far, Vulcan is just completely a desert planet. A desert planet. We have found an anomaly, which we are about to go and check out. But yeah, this is the voyages of the Dragonblood, USS Dragonblood. Of the NCC 11251, which is a Miranda class. Ooh, Duranium ore. All this stuff helps with the future buildings that you could use to build to make better equipment and better weapons for your ship and away party. As you can tell while we're going to the city center, that you see a statue. Then the statue is of Little Nemo. He's known as Spock in the Star Trek universe. And it says, "Live long and prosper." That's the Vulcans' ideal. Since they do not have emotion. Since they control their emotions. All they think about is their logic. Now we just need to make our little trip up to this place and talk to him. Talk to Ambassador Sokath. We must meet Tapella first before we can even speak to Sokath. Captain, I regret to inform you that we have come to an impasse in completing your mission. Allow me to explain. As you know, P'Jem is sacred to the Vulcan people, and access to it is strictly prohibited. Ordinarily, this would not present any difficulty, but Savin, the leader of the order that maintains the monastery, has chosen this moment to illogically refuse to grant Ambassador Sokath permission to meet with Avid at P'Jem. This is more normal. Can this trip wait until Savin changes his mind? The ambassador has considered going to the council to request that they overrule Savin, but the process will take time that he simply does not have. If the ambassador is unable to complete his journey to P'Jem now, he will have to delay it until after the trade conference at Cordon is complete, and that could take weeks. I wonder why Savin won't grant the ambassador permission. The ambassador, I'm afraid, has spent too much time off-road. I have seen it change him. His interactions with other species have grown easier over the years, but our own people have become more challenging for him to deal with. Perhaps you could speak to Savin. I know he has a great deal of respect for Starfleet, and you might have an easier time than he has in convincing him to grant the ambassador's request. Let me speak to Savin then. Savin is like right over here with his back against you.
Peace and long life. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Sokath says you won't permit him to visit P'Jem.
Sokath accuses me of abandoning logic, but he is the one refusing to explain his reasons for wanting to go to P'Jem. The planet is sacred. Our ancestors walked those paths. They found understanding and serenity in its quiet. When I am at P'Jem, I feel more at peace than any place else in the galaxy. P'Jem has been touched by outside influences in the past. The Federation is at war. Now more than any other time, we must protect this refuge. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Why do the Vulcans restrict access to P'Jem?
Many years ago, P'Jem was used for political purposes. Technology used to spy on the Andorians was hidden beneath the sacred sanctuary. It should never have happened. Buildings that had stood for 12 centuries were destroyed because we allowed politics and war in a place where there should only be logic and contemplative thought. When the monastery was rebuilt, we pledged to keep it safe from the cares of the galaxy. Only those who seek peace may enter. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Do Vulcan people have monasteries?
Even a people who reject emotion require peace and contemplation. We are a spiritual people. Our rituals guide us throughout our lives. Vulcans who choose a life of study and isolation, as the monks at P'Jem have done, help us maintain our connection with our ancestors. The monks study Sirach's words and the Kirshar give us all a greater understanding of who we are and who we should strive to be. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Tell me more about Sirach.
Centuries ago, the Vulcans were creatures of emotion. We fought one another in a series of wars that devastated our planet. Our species was on the brink of annihilation. Sirach taught us to embrace peace and to put aside our emotions in favor of logic. Surak ushered in a time of awakening on Vulcan. His writings, the Kirshah, shaped all that we are. Without Surak, the Vulcans you know would not exist. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Don't you trust Ambassador Sulkath?
I neither trust him nor distrust the ambassador. I simply do not understand him. He will not reveal his reasons for wishing to speak to the abbot, and has refused a mind meld with me. Normally I could respect his privacy, but other things I have heard trouble me. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Tell me more about what you've heard.
Sulkath has spent more and more time away from Vulcan in recent years, and seemed ill at ease in what was once his home. T'Pela admits he has changed in the past few months. He spends hours closeted in his study, and does not share meals with his staff as he used to. T'Pela says that the stress of the war with the Klingon Empire is taking its toll. She hopes the peace of P'Jem will restore him. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
What if the abbot agrees to speak to Sulkath via subspace?
The monks do not use any unnecessary technology. Even replicators are not permitted on P'Jem. There is a communications array available to the monks for emergencies. Sulkath's request does not qualify. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Is there any way I can persuade you to allow Sulkath to visit P'Jem?
I will permit it if you will pledge to me, on your honor as a Starfleet officer, that you will protect P'Jem from harm. Sulkath says his reasons for wanting to speak to the abbot are private. I will accept that. But
So
know
this
you are-
mission,
I know I can trust Starfleet. Please, protect P'Jem from any who would violate its sanctity.
Lieutenant Jackson, he just took control of the Dragon Blood because I told you the backstory. So this is actually Lieutenant Jackson's first mission as the captain of the USS Dragon Blood.
Welcome to Vulcan. Do you have any questions?
Tell me about P'Jem.
P'Jem is a small world near Andoria. It is sacred to our people. There have been Vulcans on P'Jem for centuries. In 2152, the buildings that housed our monastery were destroyed by the Andorians.
But the Andorians,
It was a failure in our logic that led to conflict with the Andorians. We have corrected our error. After the Federation was founded, a group of Andorians, Vulcans, and humans rebuilt the monastery as a symbol of peaceful coexistence and
and the
cooperation.
history that the humans
Since then, a
that
group of monks
he's
has lived
talking
there.
about is
They
Captain
studied
Archer
the ideals of Surak.
of the Enterprise NX-01.
Do you have any questions?
What business do you have at P'Jem?
My business is my own. If you must know more, I require a meeting with the abbot. He will not use subspace communications. So if I am to receive his counsel, I need to meet with him directly. Do you have any questions?
I've spoken to Seven. Why doesn't he trust you?
How should I know? He is a small man with small concerns. Thankfully, he has listened to reason, and our journey won't be delayed any longer. I am ready to leave now. Is the shuttle prepared for departure?
Now he's going to talk to his aide, and then we're going to be leaving. And this whole thing is a Vulcan. It's all dirty and rusted and deserty. But the Vulcans, they enjoy this heat and everything. Now we have to enjoy our shuttle.
Starfleet Shuttlecraft, we have logged your flight trajectory, and you are cleared for departure. Live long and prosper.
Ambassador Sokat has retired to his quarter cabin.
Your inventory has a replicator that will allow you to buy and sell items. We come into Pajem and a pretty nice thing, but our tactical officer Coles starts warning us about something. And I agree and sends it at maximum. Now I need to scan the energy patterns to see what he senses. And it so happens that it are Klingons. Now we could go and see what they want.
Attack to all Klingon vessels. Target their warp drive. There will be no escaping our vengeance this time.
And it's best to stay so far away from your enemies because of their explosions. Probably need to protect our ship as well. Now we're being hailed by the Klingons.
Cease your fire, Captain! Perhaps today is a day for words. My fellow captains were blinded by our vengeance toward the shapeshifter aboard your vessel. They have died with honor. But if I am to die this day, then I would prefer to regale the halls of Sto-vo-kor with the tale of that foul creature's death.
Shapeshifter?
Ha! So even the mighty Federation has been fooled by the beast. Your guest from Vulcan is not as he or she seems, Captain. They are an Undine. They put on a false face and try to control us. But we Klingons know better. We will hunt them down until the last of these honorless dogs dies screaming.
And Undine, have you any proof?
Proof? Ah! Allow me to stick a blade in its belly while I look it in the eye when it dies. That should be proof enough, even for Starfleet.
I'll take that into consideration.
If you wish the honor of the kill yourself, then it is yours to have. So long as the Undine dies, I will meet my death with eyes wide open and victory in my heart. I await your decision. Close hailing frequencies.
Now I need to consult my bridge officers. Captain, since the scans indicate that Klingon vessels' warp drive shields and weapon systems are all offline, I don't even think they have impulse power. Whatever you decide to do, they can't really do much. Since I'm a tactical officer, let's discuss the Undine. The Undine are physically superior to humans, and consider anyone from our dimension to be. Where's Ambassador Sokath now? A sound precaution, agreed. Now let's discuss so Ambassador Sokath could be one? Unfortunately, that would violate his ambassadorial immunity. Engineering. Undine can come from a dimension known as fluidic space. They use quantum singularities to move into ours. I'm afraid much of their technology still remains a mystery to us. But one thing is certain, it is not to be underestimated. So why use a Starfleet vessel? That I can't say, Captain. As the Undine are virtually known in the Beta Quadrant, my guess is that they are aiming to conceal their presence here. And the Klingons? What the Klingons are saying could be true, Captain. If the Undine are in the Beta Quadrant, it might just be that the Klingons sniffed them out for us. In this case, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Call Ambassador to the bridge and open a channel to the Klingon vessel. Let's settle this.
My patience is growing thin, Captain. If you lack the stomach to slay the beast aboard your vessel, then any Klingon here will gladly do it for you. I'd hate for you to stain that pretty Starfleet uniform with Undine blood.
Very generous, but unnecessary.
Then the beast is slain? Maka! Very good! Perhaps you've the heart of a warrior after all. Let me look upon our enemy, and tonight we will dine together as warriors and drink to the honored dead.
I present Ambassador Sokath.
Captain, I take my meditations very seriously. Why have I been summoned to the bridge?
Accused, meet your accuser.
Alive? You're a fool, Captain! Strike now before it's too late!
Not without proof, Katek.
You want proof? Then lower your shields and allow me to beam over. Once the Undine's blood coats my blade, you'll see it for what it truly is. A great hound in Tar's clothing!
Ambassador, allow me to explain.
There's no need, Captain. The situation is not difficult to unravel. My concern lies in the logic of you entertaining this Klingon's meritless claim.
Meritless, but not unreasonable.
A most illogical conclusion. Allow us to examine the facts, Captain. You have a crippled Klingon vessel, whose captain has made unsubstantiated claims that I am an Undine, a species that is known to both the Federation and the Klingon Empire as a considerable threat.
That's a reasonable consideration.
Potentially, but only if a great many other factors were to be true. Is it not much more likely that the Klingons have, in the face of defeat, instead sought to exploit Starfleet's desire for peaceful resolutions to conflict in order to repair their vessel and renew their assault?
Status of the Klingon vessel. Red alert, lock weapons.
A true warrior strikes without mercy, Captain. I only hope to teach you this lesson personally before the Undine does. We may not be able to best your vessel, but a Klingon knows many roads to victory. The beast may have evaded my vengeance for now, but I can still ruin its plans here, Pajam!
Fire! Scan the area.
A wise precaution. Though I admit I am eager to see my people safe, I will await word until the monastery is secured. And Captain, let not my journey here be for naught.
Before I do that, I'm gonna check these ores. Because like I said, these things will help in the future. Now we have to hit the mini game. And there's 5 anomalies, which all this will help us with future endeavors. All this equipment and all the stuff that we're picking up will help us in our endeavors. Because that's one thing about Starfleet. They're an exploration. They're an exploration group. They don't always fight. Before we beam down, we need to collect all this. We're gonna go full impulse on this one place because who knows how far out it is. All this gas helps. So as far out there, I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to go full impulse. Now we could go ahead and beam down. There's no more, which there isn't. You wait, ready to transfer at your command, Captain. Beam down. Now we get to go and deal with them. Well, we could always go back up to when we leave orbit. We could always go and find them, find those gases again. Need to secure the area and then. Stay alert, we need to find the monks. And we could look for more gas here. There may be anomalies, but they're still part of it. With our scans, contact everyone. Okay, there's nothing there.
Well, up there we see more Klingon warriors and some monks, but they've killed one monk already. They just ran. They're just telling us to go to the monastery and seek out the abbot, because that the Klingon killed a Vulcan. We take all this stuff. Now we go up here and we go and explore and find more things that we need for our future endeavors, our future stuff that we need. Even though it's a game, you still get some if you don't do it good. Oh, and there's a crate that we go open and get more stuff. Now we go up here, and we're going to be getting attacked by the Klingons again. While we get all settled in, we end up getting a call from our ship.
I have terrible news. Vulcan security forces have discovered the body of Ambassador Soka. They have determined that he was killed by a phaser blast at short range. His remains were discovered in a stasis chamber hidden in a cabin beneath the ambassador's residence. The ambassador on your ship, the one that I have been working for, is an imposter. You need to be very careful. This imposter was able to fool Sokat's closest associates for months. He is crafty and very patient. Now that he has been discovered, he will be dangerous.
The Vulcan wants us to try and retain Sokath, the imposter Sokath, so they could question him. We'll find him, Kolaz.
Such emotion on your face. I see now my deception has been exposed. Pity. Capturing the abbot so we could replace him as well would have been beneficial. But we are strong. We will prevail. You are weak, and the weak shall perish.
I'm not now, Tavril. We have some stuff we need to find. This episode may be longer than the normal part, but it's just the start. This is the start of my Star Trek Online episodes of the lieutenant that's captain of the Dragon Blood. Now we can beam up. Now I have to survive for 60 seconds.
Warning, ship is under attack.
You have to survive for 60 seconds.
Target shields have failed.
They asked for us to go after their missiles and targets, but for some reason they're not actually working. So we have to just do what we can. The enforcements are there. Now we all work together and destroy the Undine ship. Keep it in my line of sight. But yeah, those Undine ships are pretty tough just for a small Miranda class. We're now going to scan the debris. You got a message from the U.S. Challenger, Captain Jackson.
This is Captain LaForge of the USS Challenger. Glad to see we made it here in time to lend you a hand. Perhaps you'll return the favor someday. Before Jack.
But yeah, they made my episodes may be longer than normal, but no, a normal person. But I live by the Starfleet motto about exploration. I explore things.
Now I need to hail Starfleet.
The ambassador was an Undine? I'm afraid their infiltration of the Federation goes much deeper than we realized. Who knows what kind of havoc they could create?
And we get some stuff. Thanks for watching the first episode of Star Trek Online, starring Captain Anthony Jackson as Lieutenant and the USS Dragonblood, NCC 11251. Thanks. Come back again.